time, we see so many people vlogging, we see many people creatively writing, we also have people coming up with creative ideas through which they can earn. But is our economy earning from that? Is our economy growing with that? Today we will be understanding all this. Hello everyone, welcome to Ecoholics. My name is Shubhangi Singh and today we are going to talk about India's creative economy, which is also known as orange economy. So let us begin with understanding what is a creative economy or what is an orange economy. Basically, creative economy refers to industries which are based on either a person's creativity, skill set, or his talent. So, all the sectors like art, media, architecture, entertainment, gaming, publishing, writing, filmmaking, production, they are part of the creative economy. And as per UNESCO, at present, these creative activities contribute to the global GDP. That means the gross domestic production of all the countries by 3%. And it employs most people between 15 to 29 of age as compared to any other sector. And especially for India, it is a good news because it is emerging as a major key pillar where it is helping with employment also, where it is helping with exports also, where it is helping with innovation also, as well as cultural soft power as well. Now, if you talk about this particular economy, let us try and establish the understanding and its economic importance through certain data. If you talk about the sector share, in terms of India's GDP, at present, creative economy is contributing 3.5%. If you talk about exports, our cultural goods export during before COVID stood at $8 billion, which was a peak. To talk about employment, at present we are employing the creative sector already employs 8 million people, which has maximum people between 15 to 29. And you will also see it has a lot of scope because we are trying to increase it in coming times. To talk about film industry, India produces every year more than 2000 plus films, and it is the highest number across the globe. To talk about gaming sector, India's gaming market has already crossed the $3 billion mark back in 2023, and it is ever increasing in 2025. To talk about handicrafts, which is immense in India, one of the largest number across the globe, and the handicrafts exports already stand above $4 billion. If you go to publishing market, India is the second largest English language book publisher globally. We have presence of vernacular languages as well. That means this data gives you a clear peak, clear understanding into the fact that creative economy is here to stay and it contributes to our Indian economy significantly. Now, if we talk about major sectors, let us understand the sectors in the creative economy. The first one will be definitely film and OTT platforms, which includes Bollywood, regional cinema, OTT platforms like Netflix, India, Amazon Prime Video. We have Geo Hotstar, the recent merger that we have seen. To talk about art and craft, it is not limited to just traditional craft. It is includes contemporary art also. It includes handicrafts as well. It includes the cultural handicrafts, be it the paintings, the pots, etc. Then, if you talk about gaming and animation, India is already emerging as a hub for the technology and the production in terms of animation, VFXs, gaming startups. Talk about fashion design, India Fashion Weeks. There are traditional textiles for which India is known for. Have jewelry designs. We have all the niche which makes us a star in this particular foray. Then we have media and advertising. If you talk about digital content, we talk about advertisement tech, influencer economy, which has seen such a big boom, especially after the pandemic. Then we have literature and publishing, as I just mentioned, in terms of publishing of English content. We are second largest globally. Globally, we have a diverse literary output with increasing ebooks, audiobooks adoption as well. You can clearly see, as much as it is about the skill and craft, it is also emerging and merging with technology and emerging as a direct part of the economy. So if we talk about the scope of particularly orange economy and its future potential, as I mentioned already, UNITAD has predicted that it will create 20 million new jobs by 2030. That means in next 5 years, this creative industry is expected to employ more 20 million people. If we talk about global market integration, the Indian art, music, cinema, literature is rising in terms of demand. People want to consume more of this content. They want to understand, listen to, see the Indian art, music, and yoga, and its demand is rising globally, which will directly contribute to its increase in the coming times. Then, cultural tourism. India is a country of monuments, of heritage, of culture, have art fairs, heritage walk, music festivals, which will further enhance the scope of creative economy. Digital expansion. We also have digital integration here when we are talking about non-fungible tokens, towers, online exhibition, which are also creating new revenue streams for the people associated with it as well as the economy. Then the most important in terms of global context, soft power boost. When India stands as a cultural superpower, cultural diplomacy helps a lot because it brands India in showcasing its creative heritage and richness, which further fulfills its demand. And that's how India helps to stand out. For example, India is able to use its diaspora in different countries to influence or negotiate with those countries for our own advantage. Then comes the startup ecosystem. Emerging unicorns, especially if you talk about education technology, that is edtech, design tech, gaming, fintech, media sectors, is also going to facilitate creative economy like anything. And all this clearly portrays that how in coming times creative economy is going to be booming like anything and going to contribute to our Indian economy very much directly. And our government already recognizes this and it has taken initiatives to promote orange economy. For example, there was a task force set in 2021 by Niti Aayog, and they have been talking about policy framing, especially for expansion of creative sector. GI tagging promotion. So GI tags have been handed out traditional arts like Madhubani paintings, Channapatna toys, etc., so that to give it a mark and promotion as well. Digital India initiatives, it is boosting digital content creators, art marketplaces, and they are also talking about making sure that all these is facilitated with proper formalization as well as integration into the main economy. So government recognizes the importance of this particular sector in our economy and it is already working to promote this. For example, other direct scheme, for example, Safurti, which is skill building for artisans and rural industries, Mudra loans for creative entrepreneurs, Startup India support innovation for media tech and design. And India has been included. India's president in 2023, it made sure that creative industries are included in the G20 agenda and they will be one of the most important engines in the train where we are talking about inclusive growth. But there are multiple challenges that our India's creative economy is going through. For example, when we are talking about informality, government is working on the formalization of it. There are huge funding gaps where there is venture capital funding is leaking. There is not proper institutional credit for artists and creators. There is policy fragmentation. Multiple agencies are involved, and at present, an integrated support is required, which is lacking. There is a lot of global competition, especially from our Asian peers like South Korea, where the K drama wave, or we, which we call as K wave. Japan dominates in creative imports. There is a lot of digital divide. Rural and small town artists do not have access to digital platforms, technology, and skill development. Professional training in proper technology, digital arts, gaming, and etc. still lacks a lot. So, if we actually want to make something of the creative economy, we need to focus on all these challenges and they need to be addressed well in time. Because, yes, India's creative economy has a lot of potential, it is present as a sunrise sector, and it can shape our economic growth, employment, and global branding. But if we want to unlock its potential, we have to invest in the challenges and their addressal. And if we give the right push, India can emerge as a world leader, not just in the regular sectors, primary, secondary, and tertiary, but also in creativity and culture. That was all from my side. Thank you for joining in. If you want me to take up some specific topics for discussion, you can put it down in the comment section. That was all from my side. Thank you so much.